So, Shabby FS Hub, let's make a quick Euro AUD fresh analysis for the day and see where this potential rally could take price to. We are looking out for 4 hours break of structure and a possible retest. And we are going to gauge it, our word gauge. We decided to introduce it into our strategy to see the extent that the trends can carry. So we have here, this is our descending trend line. We have here a resistance structure, break of a resistance structure, retest. Let's put a zone to it. So when you draw a trend line, put it in a zone. Every trend line is in a zone. It's important to make a zone for it. It's in a zone to avoid not being triggered. So if you have a sell order and your sell order does not have a zone, it will not trigger, and you will see price come to fulfill its action, but not initiating the order because of too much precaution. So when we have a trend line and we are looking at a particular buy sell zone, we allow it to come to area of trigger, which is in a zone. So we look at this holistically, and I want to gauge it using the clone to see if we are on track or not. So we have here a clean track record of another break and retest. Support structure, break of a support structure, retest. So we are looking at where this buy is going to be a long buy. This buy I predicted yesterday for Euro AUD is going to be a long buy. Now price has returned to a demand floor. I said allow price to return to demand floor. And on return to demand floor, we expect presence of buy pressure. You see here a switch from supply roof to demand floor. Now a broken supply roof is a demand floor. So we're gonna have here as a supply roof. So here is a supply roof. Here is a supply roof. And we have here as a demand floor. There's a demand floor. And here is a supply roof. Sometimes we interchange, we use retest, but demand and supply makes it easier to understand. So we stick to that word, demand and supply. It makes a whole lot of sense to stick to it. And we are looking out for another structure on 4 hours. If we can find a perfect break of structure, we have here a support structure, breakout and retest. Let's see what comes out of there. Is it a clean structure? The whole idea is to look for a clean structure. The whole idea is to look for a clean structure with a very strong price action. The stronger the price action, the more powerful the trends will be. If it cuts across plain as demand and supply, it has a stronger value. So that is all we are looking out for. A line with a strong value. A line with a strong value. That's all we are looking for. So when we see it, then we now take action. I don't like this because we're violating this support structure. So we don't need this. Don't need it. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. So price returns on demand. Then where can we have a likely stop? We have a support structure. We have a retest. We have a breakout. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. 4 hours. Let's go for it without wasting time. On 4 hours, I expect a bearish move on Euro AUD, and we are going to give the exact number where we expect that we will have a touch into a supply roof, a broken support structure, a broken demand floor becomes a supply roof. Take note of that. So we are going to pinpoint all the areas of value. If you are in Euro AUD yesterday predicted, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. I said it was going to buy yesterday based on the structure, and it's doing exactly what I said. So if you're on that trade, give me a thumbs up. All I need is just a like the post and share. I don't need anything from you. There's nothing you can do for me. Okay? Just like the post and share it. That is all. So we believe that Euro uptick, it's gonna come on 4 hours, and it will be very, very large and massive. We have a demand floor at the bottom. On 4 hours, I want to use the body of the candle as my new reference. I need the body of the candle as my only reference to pick my demand floor. I am more concerned about demand floor. So on demand floor, if price moves into the demand box, you have no option but to trigger a buy. So this is a demand box. So anything within the box is a buy. Then we are looking for supply roof. This is a supply roof. If price makes its way into this supply roof, it will be a rejection to test a broken supply roof to use it as a demand floor. You see the line is playing a dual function. The descending trend line is a supply demand trend line. It is supply if price is trading below it, is demand if price is trading above it. So now we have price above this line. Now price is on demand. So we want price to come back and retest a broken supply roof to use it as a demand floor because we are trading up. That is the strategy developed by Xavi FS Hub. And we also apply daily candle rule. We have looked at it on a daily time frame and we apply our daily candle. Yesterday closed bullish, today continuation of the bullish impulse, and price will continue to uptrend. And we may see a considerable correction, possibly in London session or New York session. And if we're estimating that based on close of the weekend, market moves, volatility, and we see here we have a support structure, support structure, support structure, break of a support structure, retest, RT. This is a retest candle. So we want a retest in this zone. So we are going to make a zone out of this in anticipation that price comes into this box. and give us a bearish correction. Remember, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. This impulse leg will stand here, then will correct to the demand floor and uptick. The only thing that will stop this analysis from not happening is fundamental analysis from Euro and AUD, which will look at economic data. Economic data is very important. No matter how brilliant the chart is, no matter how spot on, economic data supersedes every other chart, every other strategy. Change in monetary policy of euro, change in monetary policy of Australian dollar can affect the trade dynamics. So for now, we are set sail on uptick, and let's see how price plays into. Let's see if we can find a buy, a sell opportunity by close of Friday. By close of Friday, price can tap into. So if we are looking for daily rejection to serve as correction for today, you should be looking at a sell opportunity at the marked out zone. If we do not have any economic data, with an economic data coming from Euro or AUD, analysis might be wrong. So this is going to be our new supply roof, and this is our new supply roof. So I expect price to come down here again in a more critical, in a more critical buying. I expect a tap into this zone. Why do I expect a tap into this zone? To retest a broken support structure, we have a first test, which I call a retest candle touch, and we also want to explain it in a way we understand supply roof. So we expect price to return here on the supply roof again to test the structure. And we might go further to look for double confluence. We clone the bottom where we have a very strong ascending trend line playing a demand supply role. If we take it here, we are also right. We have here a support structure, break of a support structure, retest. Price can also come here. So for now, we don't want to bother with so much line. Let's see what price does. And let's stick to minimum 5 lines. The more messy your chart is, the more the brain is in confusion. So making a simple chart with maximum of 5 lines is key and critical to the strategy. So at the end, I'm going to take off all the lines in order not to make the mind troubled. No troubled mind can succeed. So your mind needs to be free. So how many lines do we have? One, two, three, four, five. That is okay. Let's stop at 5 lines. We developed a rule we call 5 line rule. 5 line rule, just like you have 5 fingers, is a smart move. You can never be wrong with 5 hands. 5 fingers can never be wrong. So we decide to adopt that rule, 5 line rule in every chart. The idea is to keep the mind fresh and active. So graphically looking at the structure, you know what to expect. That we have broken a resistant structure. We have broken a supply roof. Now we expect price to return on retest. But we are looking at a larger impulse that if price can make its way the into the blue line, that will make a decent sell correction for the day. It will make a decent sell correction for the day. And if we extend this, the last line, which I am not comfortable with having this, but for reference, let's let's just leave it. You can see You have a clean break and retest at this level. You can see you have a very clean break and retest at this level. We have here a resistance structure, break of a resistance structure. Price came on retest. Price came back to play on demand floor. Break of a demand floor. Price came on retest as a resistance roof, supply roof. I expect price to return here to come down and retest a broken supply roof. If price comes back here, it's coming down on demand. On demand, we move up. So approaching the market in terms of demand and supply has never been fun more than this as we are having it. It gives you a clear directional bias, gives you a higher win ratio, and keeps your mind on the positive side of price. So we are very optimistic that this will play out. We are very optimistic that this will play out, and we are exceeding our rule by 1 point. So this is 6 lines, not bad, not bad. It's not bad on structural perspective, not bad. It's not as messy as you may think. You can manage it for the purpose of education to understand market structure. What we do here is interpreting the market using market structure. And here in this place, we never copy anybody's trade. We don't see what others are doing. We don't use their trade analysis to judge or affect our bias. All we look at is interpretation of the structure of market and to stay guided. The only thing we look at is fundamental analysis, which is key and critical when it comes to making analysis, avoid as involving any pair. So this is what we have at the moment, and we want price to play into a tiny 1.64726. Yeah, 1.64726. So we want price to play into it. That's what we want. One price to play into 1.64172. 1.64712. 1.64712 will be a sell. Sell Euro AUD into the box at 1.6. Can't see clearly. It's too tiny. That's 1.64176. 1.6 1.64. 1.64. 1.64716. Pardon me, the lines are very tiny. So, but just watch out for the box. Watch out for the box. Just watch out for the box. Watch out for the box. A move into the box is a guaranteed sell. It's a guaranteed sell based on the structure of the market. A guaranteed sell. So let it come into the box and you do the needful. We have double confluence, a trap into the box, an ascending trend line, which we are going to change the color. Let's change the color to black. So if price returns here, it will be a retest to a broken support structure. What structure do we have? Support structure 1, support structure 2, support structure 3, 4, and 5. Breakout, retest, boom, price dropped. And we expect that this should continue to do what it's supposed to do. And you see the way price tapped into the bottom floor and respected the structure on timing. Patience is key and critical. Prioritize learning before money. So this is Euro AUD perspective, and very nice analysis yesterday we made, and we feel glad to see price respecting it, and